Coming at you live from Arizona, guys. This is Blue Heaven. Wait, my button's over here now.
Yeah, we're not in Pasadena. It's a little different.
Isn't that beautiful, sunny Pasadena? We are, as you can tell, kind of burned. Definitely kind of burned.
I'm toasty. I'm red.
Anyways, we got...
I've been brown.
we got SAZ over here.
Sorry, Zed.
Yeah, I am Real FRG. You guys can find me on the internet machine as Real FRG. I'm also Clint. And that's Twitter and Instagram, Real FRG.
You can't have two names. It's really throwing me off. I have one name.
Who are you?
I have one name.
Would you like to tell them? We're live.
I am Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. My name's a lot easier to remember.
Who are you? This is your first time to do it and not just be a hand.
I'm your boy, Zed James, a.k.a. Hand.
That's where he was going to stop. I'm your boy.
Is this going to be like...
a.k.a. Hi, my name is Zed, a.k.a. You can find me on Twitter, Zed
Okay,
James.
That's enough.
There you go. That's it. He's going to plug himself there. He's usually the guy sitting right here that you guys don't see on screen, and his hand just kind of comes in occasionally. There's a reason why we keep him off camera.
Yeah, and then we went to Jack in the Box at about, 5 in the morning, Arizona time, and the nice lady in the window is like, what would you like? And he says, I'm Zed.
Hi, I'm Zed.
We were all pretty delirious. But anyways, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, iTunes, all that other blah, blah, blah. This is a live stream we normally do every Tuesday, but these are special. This is special because we're in Arizona. It's Arizona Report.
It's spring training, and we need to make sure that we're bringing everybody the news and experiences that we experience in Newsly.
So the big stuff, obviously, somebody signed a contract, I believe.
Yes, Clay Buchholz, I think, signed with the Blue Jays.
Brad Miller signed
a minor league contract. We didn't even put that into the show.
We did not, but Brad Miller did sign a
contract.
He
was there in the clubhouse today.
He was there in the clubhouse. But the big news, Bryce Harper, the Harper watch is finally over.
Bryce Harper, not a Dodger.
I'm kind of sad about. Yes, he's not a Dodger. We'll get more into that. Clayton Kershaw still not well. I'm calling him, what did I say, Clayton Kershaw? Oh. So I'm pretty proud of that one. And
you're 2 for 2 on your Kershaw puns.
Really good.
Kershisms.
I don't need you. I don't need your pity.
He doesn't need your validation.
It's just the thumb on there again. And then we're gonna kind of recap some of our spring training day one out here. We had some times. It was interesting. We survived. Like seriously, we took off pretty hella early. But first and foremost, I do gotta mention. Our friends at Vintage Brand, they helped sponsor our trip out here. So that's vintagebrand.com. We actually have a special promo code running for this weekend through Tuesday. Use our promo code Dodgers Nation. That is Dodgers Nation, all lowercase, all one word, and you get 15% off on all your merch. So like normally over there on Brooks' head, you have that really swanky canvas.
That is not crooked.
It is not crooked.
I'd like to remind you, it's not crooked.
No matter how drunk we end up, it is not crooked.
It's hung up with a super nice level.
Some of these really nice beer koozies. I got to try to do that and look at the camera. Not this jersey, but they do have hats and a bunch of stuff. Ooh, this guy right here. This guy too.
Sweet. They got a lot of nice stuff on there, don't they?
Yeah, aluminum
really
things and all that, vinyl stuff or whatever. It's really cool. And again, these koozies do keep your beverages. Oh, and those mugs. There's a water bottle and then a different water bottle. Vintagebrand.com, and they got a bunch of really cool Dodger stuff. And again, they're sponsoring our trip this weekend, and they're helping us out a lot, so we do appreciate them. We'll give them a couple of these. Some clap. Bryce Harper round. So, Brooke, why don't you tell everybody here a little bit about what happened with Bryce Harper, and you guys in the stream while he's talking, let us know what you guys are watching tonight on this fine Thursday evening. Send us some area codes, all that fun stuff. What happened with Harper?
Yeah, again, don't forget in the comments, we like to laugh. I think we've established we like some good stuff. You guys got some good stuff going on, and you guys have kind of realize what we like and what we pay attention to. So I appreciate you guys.
People think that it's the beer turning us red or the drinking. No, it's laughing at.
The past 2 weeks I've laughed so hard that I think I got sunburnt from that. I also got sunburnt today, which is why I'm about this color right here. Wear sunscreen, folks. Bryce Harper signed a 13-year contract, which in of itself, right, cash money, that's a huge contract. It's so long.
Ken. That's what
It's
she
so
said.
long just by itself. If you had opt-outs in it, it's still a long contract.
Yeah.
His contract does not have opt-outs in it. He has a full no trade clause with no opt-outs. It's like,
I have shock. I think I have shock somewhere.
ooh, do that one. The, ooh,
I don't have
you
it.
know
Let's just say.
It's over 9,000.
Sorry, guys.
it's over 13.
13 years, $330 million. And while he's not the highest average annual value player per year, he is.
He's not.
He is the proud owner of the longest contract in Major League history and the most lucrative financially in terms of numbers in history.
And the interesting part of that is the Dodgers did offer him the flip side of that, where they allegedly, reportedly, had offered him a 3 to 4 year deal that would have paid out about $45 million a year, which would have shattered the annual average record.
Zed here was
shattered
going to
it.
wash so many cars in this fine poncho.
Just to pay for it,
Cozy. Yeah.
just to get it paid for.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
pay for
Yeah.
it.
That's worth it.
Yeah. I would have been okay. Surprisingly, I would have been okay personally. I'll get into the reaction of this first. On the Dodger side, I would have been okay with a $45 million a year deal if it was only 3 or 4 years. That's fine. Again, that's him becoming a free agent. I think I've been pretty steadfast in this all offseason with Harper Watch. And if you guys know the thing. You guys know the I don't have the button set up properly, and I don't need to because it's done. The Harper Watch is dead. But I'm fine paying him a decent amount to be a Dodger for a short amount of time. Let him become a free agent again at age 30, maybe even age 29 if it was a 3-year deal, and it made a lot of sense. For $45 million a year.
That's a lot, man. That's more money than I make in a year. Let's put it that way. Johnny Rios over on Facebook, he had an interesting comment. He said Machado got the better deal and the Phillies suckered themselves. And I would have to agree with that. Machado got a deal that was much more in favor of his best interests. Has plenty of room to get out of it if he needs to, and he makes really good money in the meantime. Harper kind of cornered himself. And from all the reports we heard about him not wanting to really play on the East Coast anymore, that seems counterproductive.
Yeah, it really does feel like Boris did exactly what Boris does, and he did it perfectly. He wanted the most years. He wanted the most money ever. He wanted to be able to eclipse the Giancarlo Stanton deal of 12 and $325, both of which he did. Again, while the money per year is lower, you can still point at the back of your bubblegum baseball card. I'm hearing the kids don't do that anymore, but
No, they don't do that.
sources can confirm. But I don't know. I'm not going to get too much into it. It's
This is
interesting.
This is a funny one. It says, "Look, guys, the Phillies are mediocre again," and that kind of leads into
Yes.
a few of the conversations we've had with people around baseball today, because that was the talk of the town in Arizona. Pretty much every interview with every player today, after about the time it was announced, had to do with reaction to it. Did you read the Cody Bellinger reaction to? They had said, "Oh, well, what do you think Mike Trout's contract's going to be next?" Anyway,
A lot.
I don't know, probably higher. Which is the best Cody Bellinger answer
Cody
of all time. Probably higher. I don't
Cody.
know. Just like 100% not.
Shockingly brilliant statement. He's not inaccurate.
He's right. He is right. It probably will be higher.
However,
So will he.
however ineloquent his statement may have been, it
Probably higher.
was accurate. So
It's very
let's give him a point.
Good job.
Yeah, we're proud of him.
But yeah, it's surprising to hear how many people in baseball think that we won't necessarily direct quote people in case they didn't want us to directly quote them.
We're not going to do that.
Probably
do
not.
You think they're
That was more in confidence. I think felt like
Oh,
there
just
was a
because
few
it was in the
people-
media. All right, let's say
it was in the media room.
A well-known media person,
Several well-known media people.
multiple well-known media people were talking with us. There's multiple,
We're starting to sound like MLB Insider, man.
I know. That's what I'm trying not to do.
They felt that the Phillies would not be a playoff team this year, which was surprising to hear on one end,
Yeah.
but also kind of like, oh yeah.
And that person, we will say that person was very quick to the draw to say that. And for the sake of him, her, whatever
it may be.
it may, Sherm may be. Right away, they were like, either way, they're not a playoff team. And it just seems like it's not enough. It's not the move that's going to it's not enough for the stupid money Phillies to go and even get a playoff berth in this person's opinion, and the other one was essentially the same kind of feel to it. And
so we're getting a little bit off Dodger talk, but do you think the Phillies are a playoff team this year?
Not this year.
Well, what are they missing? What are they missing out of that lineup now?
They're still a little young. It feels like. There's a lot of new parts with McCutchen, with Gene Segura coming into town, with Harper. Where's he going to play? Kutch was supposed to be the right fielder. Real Muto coming into town, which is good.
God, they have such a good lineup.
But there's I don't even know really what their bullpen is about, and normally sometimes that doesn't mean anything because you don't know a lot of bullpen guys. But they still have all this extra stupid money around, and they're not paying the Harper $40+ million a year. So why not go out and maybe get a Keuchel on the cheap, even though he's a Boris client, which is one of the guys, the Pearsons in the media room was talking about. It's like Keuchel isn't signing anywhere for cheap. He's a Boris client. Just saying.
On that same vein, we got Jeremiah Dixon over on Facebook says, now that the silliness is over, I'm assuming they're referring to the circus that is Bryce Harper.
Yep.
Can we go and sign Keuchel? And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show as we get more into Kershaw and his situation. But that will be something we touch. And I think there's some people that we've talked to that kind of felt like that would be a reasonable next move for them if the price was right.
I like how we're doing that today.
Yeah, I don't want to quote anybody directly if they were just talking to us. But
that's fair.
It seems to be it seems to be a reasonable move now that Keuchel's, marches to
it's
tomorrow.
Keuchel and
Is
Kimbrel.
March tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, March is tomorrow.
Keuchel and Kimbrel are the next big ones that need to come off the table. Kimbrel probably before Keuchel.
Right.
OC Dodger Blue 22 says Boris's ego is the winner. Kind of, sort of. I mean, he got exactly what
I think his wallet's the winner. Dude.
HRH _Christopher and 570 Pennsylvania, baby. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out. Gonzo for LA Sports says the Phils will regret it by year 6. You think it's going to take that long to regret it?
No, I think they'll regret it pretty quickly.
Once
they're doing their entire
I'd say
rebuild.
3.
3 years?
3.
That seems reasonable.
They'll be back in rebuild in a few years. Don't worry about it.
Because didn't Stan last
Frank
like
Talk
how
LA
long?
called us the Red Heaven podcast.
We are burned.
Damn you, Frank.
We are burned. We'll give you a
He
point.
got
on
us.
That one. That's pretty good.
He got us, man.
How many years did Stanton last in Miami?
Yeah, of his 12-year deal,
Yeah.
what, 3?
Yeah.
Something like that, 2, 3?
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't even 4 years.
like that.
And I think he has an opt-out at the
He
end
can
of
go back
this.
to Miami whenever he wants, though. So
That's fair. He's in Miami trick. C_EAS or East 313 says short deal was never going to happen, which, I think that was pretty well known. But the Dodgers were like saying, this is what we want to do. Boris was saying, that's not what we want. That's not going to happen. And you know what? Things become things. It is what it is.
So if the Dodgers were going to offer 130 to 160, 70 million dollars to Harper at that high annual average, what can we do with it now? I mean, we have all that spending money apparently, right? That's what that means.
They can lower the prices of beer.
Oh, you got to.
They
You
can
guys
lower
gotta,
the prices
You guys
of
got
hot
to.
dogs.
You guys got to chill
Parking.
out on the micheladas, man. Those are way too expensive. You can get the michelada mix for $1 at the store and get a $3 beer.
And
Bring it in.
$4 for a
popcorn
michelada, but it's an
and
$8
the-
upcharge at
the
Dodger
peanuts,
Stadium.
yeah.
This is an outrage.
Outrage! I will flip the table at this fine establishment.
You know
that
why?
we're at.
You know why they're like that? Because Magic Johnson definitely doesn't drink micheladas.
That's fair.
He has no idea. He doesn't know what's going on.
Bronson G on YouTube says Keuchel for what? The pitching staff is deep. Dodgers just need to stay healthy, and you've talked about
They
this
are
before.
a very deep team. You are correct.
There's what 10 people
9 or
9
or 10 legitimate starting pitchers in there.
Well, let's go with 8
their
because
staff.
there's the questionable
Fergie.
status of Kershaw.
Oh, Kershaw too.
Definitely the questionable.
You also
status
think of like
Kershaw.
Caleb Ferguson too. He's not. You had said it too. We don't really view him as a starter anymore.
No.
And I certainly don't. Given the job he did out of the bullpen compared to his starting, I'd say he's more of a future bullpen candidate. So maybe let's call it 7 solid candidates for the starting rotation. So why add him? That's a great question. He is a better option than, I would say, of the 7, probably 4. So
I forgot what we're talking about.
it's just why he shores up the rotation is all. He
Oh,
makes the
yes.
rotation pretty good if you add him in, counting in the fact that, number one, you don't know what's going to happen with Kershaw quite yet, and number two, Rich Hill, Getting old, man.
Rich Hill didn't look all that hot today on the mound.
He fell off the mound.
He ate it pretty good.
It's spring, so we'll chalk it up to that.
I was taking. I had all our fancy media gear here. However fancy we happened to have at this.
We had a disposable camera.
Damn it! That wins because Jess was about to win because Jess says Zed is owning this podcast. Just saying, he's nailing it.
What is he doing over here?
Exactly, he's crushing.
Shout out to you.
He's just there. That's kind of what Zed does at this place, anyways.
SD Dodger, 100%. Caleb Ferguson needs a third pitch. That's going to be the big thing that's going to put him over the top. I think him getting more time in the rotation in LA, which is not going to happen, but him just getting more time up with LA is really going to help him get that because he gets a chance to work with knock on this desk. Work with Kershaw, who's developed that slider and then passed it down to the Buell Doggy. We can all hear you.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to put any pressure on you over there, Zed, but Rick Krajewski, which would be Rick underscore K 21. He's watching, man. And
how's it going, Rick?
I think he's upset that you're in his spot.
Yeah. Well, Rick's spot's kind of over there.
It's kind of here.
We're gonna build.
FOMO.
I want to build a special, brand new desk just for Rick because I decided last time, just looking at the side of his head, it's just not fair to our wonderful viewing audience. Just saying. Jess is saying he's repping the Dodgers, not Netflix. No, this is my softball team, and we turned up the AC pretty gnarly in here because we're pretty hot.
Sunburns.
Just saying. What are we drinking tonight? We got
it's Modelo time, fool. All the time.
It's Modelo time.
Por mi vida, siempre.
So I think we touched on no opt-outs in the deal, which is really surprising. Dodgers going $45 million a year, up to that, whatever. I think we really need to look at what it means for the team because that was one of the questions we had. It's like the fallout of signing him and then the fallout of not signing him. You having problems there?
Our producer tagged us and took that Modelo time fool quote.
We're still looking for them beer sponsors,
that's
by the way.
That's going to go over well.
Even in Arizona.
What were you saying? I wasn't listening to you at all.
The fallout of either signing Harper or not signing Harper because, it would be plan. Well, Friedman did come out and say, or Doc came out and said that they're still going to try to do everything they can to make the team better. Like you were saying, if they're not spending this money that they had earmarked for Harper, that $45 million a year can do a lot for this team. Craig Kimbrell can take a lot of money to set up in the 8th inning.
Or they're going to, keep that for their young guys that are going to be earning pretty big fat contracts.
Well, they're not earning that this year.
They're not earning that this year. That's true. But, I don't know how money works with big organizations like this. I don't know where they keep it or whatever they do. So.
But the important thing is that it means more Verdugo because there aren't any outfielders. They're not going to go out and get Adam Jones. Hey, I got it finally right. I didn't say Andrew Jones.
You didn't say Andrew Jones.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I've also seen Adam. I almost called him Andrew because of that. I've seen Adam Jones pop up several times in the comment section. Yep. It's to the point now where there's so many just free agents off the board that people are like, we just want somebody else. Like we just want one more guy.
But there's over 100 free agents.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, let's not go there.
But yeah, let's get more into some of the stream. You got anything magical up there? It doesn't look like it. Way to go. Love the Snuggie I have too.
Just like my Spanglish.
Yeah. What do you what are we talking about? What do you guys want to know from Zed? Spanglish on
she
point.
Said, what do you think, Zed? Just about anything, really.
I don't know.
They just need to know what you think about it. But, oh wow, this guy says Verdugo is sorry. What's he sorry for? Did he do something to you?
I think that was one of the problems, or one of the statements, inputs we had from last week was that, or from earlier this week, from a couple days ago, was that
time flies.
Verdugo hasn't had an opportunity to prove himself as where Harper has proven. It's like you got proven and not proven. Verdugo deserves that opportunity. He's been a top 3 guy in the system for so long. Give him the opportunity. He's earned it. And between Doogie and Pollock and Bellinger and mixing in some Kike and CT3 out there, if homeboy Tolles ever shows up to camp, that's another opportunity right there. But I do kind of like where we're still left off. You know, anytime you could have your number one or number two guy as your backup plan to not signing some dude for all of the billions and millions of dollars. Just saying it. And Gonzo for LA Sports again popping in and says, when Vertigo wins the Rookie of the Year, we'll care less about what happens today. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you a bike bell because I liked
That's solid.
that
I like that. I like that take. That's egg sunny side up or whatever they call it. I don't know. What do people say?
I don't know. You clearly need to get out there a little bit more, it seems. You're being summoned, by the way. But I would say now the biggest problem shifts to the rotation. Like we're saying, there is a lot of options, but all the options are behind the ace, Clayton Kershaw. And Kershaw, we know, is not right. He didn't look right at the start of the spring. He threw a live bullpen. He tried to start getting into game action, and it didn't work out. They shut him down. They tried to throw him again. They shut him down. And then today, Zedward was there, and he saw a little bit about it. He was going to throw.
Yeah.
We'll get into that for a second, but we did get a chance to hang out with our good friend Dave Roberts, and we asked the question, what's the status of Kershaw? And here's that stuff.
Any new updates on Kershaw at all?
He's going to play catch. He's good. He's going to play catch at some point in time today, and that's sort of where we're at right now with Clayton.
If Kershaw is not available at opening day, who's going to be your plan B?
We haven't talked about a plan B as far as that. I mean, I know we have plenty of great options, so right now we're not even really entertaining that.
As blown out as the sound got there at the end because there's a lot going on.
Controls and remotes and such.
Yeah, I don't have the button. I don't have the clicker. This is very weird. This is a stripped down version, even though you see all this stuff. It's stripped down version.
I miss home.
I do miss home. This was a lot to set up, and we are tired.
And sunburnt.
But thanks to our friends over there at Vintage Brand, we are super hyped to actually I'll use that as a segue. We are going to be going out to the games still this weekend, and we're going to give out a whole bunch of cool stuff that we did post on the Twitters earlier today. We got some of these koozies. You could get a game worn koozie from either Brook Me 3 or this guy. Just saying, game worn.
Oh, game worn
koozie. Yeah, you get it because they're being
I somehow
used.
managed to spill on mine, which doesn't make sense because it's on the can.
That is a special kind of talent.
You know, I'm good.
So Dave said he's going to throw today, which he did.
He did throw.
And Zed was around to see him throw, and it didn't quite look the way you'd hope. So Zed kind of talked through while we play the clip.
Yeah, so I was just walking around checking out like
we don't care about
prospect
all that.
hunt,
You didn't be like
but-
the end of it.
Yeah, so I walk over and I just see Kershaw by himself just pitching.
As we see,
And
doing a little
I
flat
thought he
ground.
looked great so far. And then there were a couple times where he did that where he would just shake off his shoulder a little bit. And you could tell like there was like just some soreness, and it didn't seem like it was paining him. It was just like aggravated and like annoyed about the fact that
he wasn't
there.
loosening up maybe.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell anything necessarily out of the ordinary in that clip. It's just doing basic, soft toss.
Yeah.
But you said the way they shut it down, that was the biggest, like, kind of telling part of it.
It was 5 to 10 minutes around that time, and I don't know if there was someone on the side, and Kershaw looked at him, and he had his arms crossed, and he just looked at Kershaw and just started doing this. And then they just walked off. So I don't know if that was just like, hey, we're going to cut it right now. Like, you're not looking right. But, yeah, that was really telling. And some people were like, oh, wow, like, could be serious. But we don't know. We don't know.
He actually just said, do you want Taco Bell for lunch? And he said.
And that too.
And then they walked off.
Oh, where's my bell? I have on my other soundboard.
Like
I
a
do
Taco
have
Bell
the bell.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
But
That's next level,
let's just
man.
say I got that because that's the toilet after Taco Bell.
take
They're
that.
not a sponsor, so what up at us, Taco Bell? We'll take your money. No problem. Chalupas por vida. JD_Dodger says, wow, that dude does talk. We're proud of you.
That guy's been giving you a hard time all during the whole stream, man, and I love it.
Well, thank you so much. And next up on the chat, Oh,
That's the problem. Is that the way we have everything set up here? It's like it's a lot easier. We're doing it, straight here on the desk, and it's just
doing it straight here on the desk.
Straight here on the desk.
Our producer loved that one.
just saying. JD_Dodgers also says Kershaw's just throwing a fit. I don't know about that. I mean, you don't throw a fit about. Normally the way Kershaw works, and correct me if I'm incorrect in this assessment of Kershaw, but he throws more fits when he's trying to just pitch through something, and when he's saying, "No, whatever, I can do this. I'm Kershaw B," and for him to be hurt, I wouldn't say a fit. Like it seems like it's genuinely hurt, and they're not allowing him to do things.
That's possible. They're probably slow playing it a little bit. Our friend at Rick Krajewski actually just said he's pretty sure he was with Honeycutt. I wasn't sure if Honeycutt was back yet.
No, by that time Honey was out on the backfields looking at Kenley.
Oh, Honeycutt is back in camp though?
Yeah,
Oh,
Honeycutt was there. I got some cool shots of his nose while zooming in on Kenley's BP.
Oh, he was blocking you?
No, just the nose kind of peeking out there. He was
I
talking
thought
to.
You didn't like purposely try to find his nose?
No, that was
Okay, gotcha.
incidental nose.
Mark Pryor's beard got in the way a few times too.
Pryor's beard game is strong, and you know what? Few grays, looks good. Plus stuff. We'll give him plus beard stuff. Get a couple. I'll give him a point for that.
For the beard.
The Atom Bomb. I think Raimundo. He asked, "How long are you guys in spring training?" We will be leaving on Monday. So
you're coming back though. You're going to be here again.
I will be
for
here
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Time zone.
And we go and turn up, and by that time, actually, the time zones will be normal because it's
spring forward.
We do the spring forward thing.
Heck yeah. I'm not going to be here, so I don't know why I'm excited for you.
Gonzo for LA Sports again popping in, and this was what I was saying last time we were doing this. Urias to be the backup plan for Kershaw and Hill. That's the real contingency plan. Immediately it would be Stripling slipping into that rotation in the 5 spot, but beyond Strip, I kind of like and feel comfortable with the idea of running a 6-man rotation.
I'm okay with that, given the ages of some of our more veteran players. Let's put it like that.
Our veteran grandfather.
You got
dads.
Exactly. You got some miles on Kershaw's shoulder and back and elbow and entire body. You got a lot of miles on Rich Hill's fingers.
Yeah.
And his just in general, he's an older guy. You go to a 6-man, you give those guys the opportunity to miss a start here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton Kershaw's not going to like that. I'll start. Actually, for that matter, Rich Hill won't like that either. But
no.
I think given the state of our pitching staff and the depth that we have, it makes sense right now. And then when you can ease up on the bullpen a little bit as a result of that, I think it just makes sense in the long run. I think they will pivot to it, even if they don't necessarily call it a 6-man rotation. They usually call it something else, like a spot starter. It's like, yeah, your spot starter that starts every week. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, the way the season starts, you get some extra time off early in the season, but where you don't need that 5th starter, let alone a 6th starter. But yeah, just the minimal amount of mileage on Urias over the last couple of seasons, and the way Stripling tailed off, I'm a lot more comfortable letting everybody just kind of veg their way in.
We've had a lot of guys that have like really strong first halves and got worn out. Like remember Alex Wood when he had that phenomenal
Who?
Yeah, formerly Dodger, a current Rojo.
Zed had a great first half of this show, and now he's
tuckered out.
Oh, we're all tuckered out. I'm telling you.
Yes,
we're waiting. We're waiting for a special delivery of Panda Express, not a sponsor of the show. But who's a sponsor of the show? Vintage Brand. Use our special promo code vintagebrand.com. 15% off. That is Dodgers Nation.
You heard we're getting genuine Chinese food.
Ding! Oh, I need the Taco Bell.
There's not a lot of stuff nearby right now that we didn't have time to think before this podcast. We just ordered food. Sorry, guys. Sorry to let you all down. Your Arizona. I don't know what's good in Arizona. Like, what is Arizona known for?
Breakfast. You want me to play the?
I know the breakfast is good and the grandmas are cool or whatever.
Grandma is cool. Grandma is yum. I'm walking away from that.
Yeah,
walking away.
That's where I was going, and then I pivoted.
So I saw.
Pivot.
Pivot. I saw Jess asking about Seager. I had some video of Seager, and I couldn't really get to plugging it into the show today, but Seager was throwing pretty comfortably with Buddy on field 2 there.
They were hitting around on the diamond. They had Turner over at third base. They had Kike and Seager rotating.
And you love Turner at third base. I do love
Turner. It's hilarious.
Dude drops some bombs.
Because I was like 5 feet from him just listening to him talk and yell at himself. And I was like, man, I've never seen this side of him. He's hilarious. He's clowning on everybody too. And then they had Kike and Seager over at short. At second, they had Taylor and Muncy. And then over at first, Freeze was just fielding balls at first. I think they just needed somebody to field some balls at first.
It was throw the net or throw out there David Freeze.
Exactly, yeah. But there was a few plays where he was turning double plays, and so he was making pretty relatively easy throws on the ground balls at short to first base. And then when they started turning two, when they started turning two, I got kind of nervous just the way he was coming off the bag, and you kind of have to throw with your arm sometimes when you're coming off the bag if you don't take the angle right or something like that. He looked good though. I mean, you could tell he was only going maybe 40% max on his throws, which is pretty typical for those guys when they're taking those kind of drills before games. But he looked good. He was moving around the diamond pretty well. His glove looked really good, but I was more concerned about his arm than anything else, and it looked smooth. He was Seager smooth.
Wait, I think I could plug it in just like super raw. Let's see how this works. All right, it didn't work. Nailed it.
You're gonna throw like.
Sorry, hey, I'm not one of them cool guy online gamers. You know, I can't just mix things in there.
We'll make sure to put it up on our Twitter though after the show, so you guys can check out some of those.
What about Instagram, bro?
It's on our Instagram right now, actually.
Oh, well, yeah. No, not my stuff.
Not your Instagram. Well, mine is because I was closer. It was a lot less. Better quality.
T.A. King's friend of the stream says you guys need eating suggestions in Arizona.
We
absolutely
do, my
As
friend.
you can see, we absolutely needed some stuff. Wait, I'm gonna try it.
I just ate chips for the past like 2 hours.
Oh God, we ate so many chips.
That's right. Ungodly amount of chips.
The beer fills you up nice, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Modelo
It's
time.
reasonable. Wait, I'm gonna try one more time. It's gonna be super raw and ugly, but that's what she said. Let's see. We're gonna get some Corey. There it is. Look at that. Corey Seager making some throws. Max Muncy getting away. I'm actually
that camera work.
Hey, I didn't have my monitor.
By the way, Max, it's all about you.
That bullpen right there. Max Muncy.
With all due respect.
But yeah, he was throwing free and easy, and then taking some hacks and all that. What's it over? Can you see this guy, Mr. Corey Seager, getting into some game action? Let's say 2 weeks. Is that too soon?
Before I jump there, just ask what our IG is. Our IG is at Official Dodgers Nation, if you're wondering.
2 weeks.
Can I see him getting into game action?
And you guys let us know, too.
I actually see him getting an at-bat sooner than that. I don't see him playing in the field for at least 2 weeks. Maybe.
Fair. I did not ask the right correction.
Right. I see him getting an at-bat sooner rather than later.
I apologize.
We watched him hit against who did he hit against today? He didn't hit off Kenley. He just took regular batting practice today. Actually, I'm thinking of
you know who kind of hit off. I guess they didn't hit off him. They just walked off him. Was Joe Kelly. So Joe Kelly made this is impromptu in this, but Kelly did make his spring debut as a Dodger and continued what looked to be sort of a theme. He's thrown a little wild. He gave up like 2 runs or something like that. I don't know what it was, but 2 or 3 runs. But he just doesn't look like he's quite figured out how to close his shoulder and his landing foot and all that. It's just
real pitching mechanics, inside baseball stuff.
Yeah, inside baseball mechanic stuff. Hopefully they can do that. Casting his trash in the house. Remember when they could have added Kluber, but they passed, and then Kershaw died? I'm going to give you a point just for the last part of that.
Kershaw died. Yeah, though they never passed on a deal or never could have landed.
I have no basis behind this, but I do think they did make a vested interest or a vested effort talking about the Klubot, trying to get him. Like I said a couple of days ago, Cleveland wasn't going to move him. They hit a point where they absolutely were not going to move Corey Kluber anywhere, and now Kershaw has died. Thank you, casting this trash.
It's a nice little addition onto there. I like that.
Bellinger knows a good taco place in AZ. Ask him. I'm going to wait for him to finish or learn how to cook his pizzas right in the oven.
Before I take his taco suggestions.
Yeah, but I mean that's reasonable. We'll do that. I promise this is going to be the only night. We are a victim of circumstances why we're going to, what's that place called? Panda. Eat fresh. Ding.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
Better Panda
Express.
Better Panda. Another stuff. I really did enjoy this. The Bulldog.
I like that one a lot. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll give you.
Thank you.
Wait, let me
Scusi.
put that in there 'cause I don't use that enough. The Bulldog, Mr. Oral Hershiser, was at Camelback today in uniform. He was working on the backfields with some of the minor league pitchers.
He was.
And there's a name that I think a lot of Dodger fans have seen and thrown around and yada yada. He's been in Dodger lore for a number of years, and it's just been like, when is this going to happen? When is he going to figure it out? Was it Yadier Alvarez or Yadiel? It's Yadier Alvarez.
Yadier.
Yeah.
Yadier.
Or Yadier.
Yadier. That's true. We don't actually know.
You
There's
guys know
several
these
pronunciations of it.
Well,
Anyways,
Alvarez
he was
was-
working with the number 17 prospect in the organization. Let's put it
Yeah,
that
he
way.
was out there on the bump working with the Bulldoggy dog.
Look at you getting the shot through the fence like that, man.
Hey,
That's
no,
professional.
that was
good.
So I did ask the bullpen catcher at the time. I was like, what are they trying to work on here? What's going on? And what Bulldog is trying to get with Alvarez is right there, land even. Like, they want to get him on a straight line to home plate so he's not falling off, and to get him, dude can throw over 100. That's fine. But I think they want him to throw 97 and hit your damn glove, hit your target. And the funny thing is, this was, I believe right here, the only time he actually hit the glove. Everything else, he bounced about 3 or 4 times.
And it was funny is like it was way off and away too,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, "That was great,
Yeah.
that was great," because he landed straight.
Yeah, they were trying to be positive with it, but
Yeah, whatever.
it is nice to see Hershiser working directly with Alvarez, because that's a dude that if he can figure it out, that's a huge plus of this
That's
bullpen.
a weapon, man.
In the same way we've I think we're talking about it tomorrow on DodgersNation.com, which is our website. If anybody didn't know that, Yimi Garcia, just what that dude could mean to this bullpen if he's healthy. There's a lot of really good options if they're healthy, if their mechanics are right, and those options if they were right and healthy and etc. There's a chance we are 2-time defending World Series champions. I'm just saying. Sorry to ruin everybody's time and life and yada yada. I'm just saying. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote it in the thing. Yadier Bulldog. That's who he is now.
That's his last name.
Yadier Bulldog.
It's cool.
Friend of the show. He was there. Oh, apparently my PC battery is dying slightly. Just saying. Again, all of this is perfectly nailed. So we'll get out of here.
Very well.
Hey, this is the thing. When you go remote, we're not all cool like Alana Rizzo. We don't have a team. That she has a team of 75 people. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you wanted to add
Friend
to
of the
it?
show. No. She's
You see
great.
her buzzing all around the park. Alana
Yeah.
is everywhere,
She is an
interviewing every.
incredibly hard
Doesn't it seem
worker.
like she has like a clone sometimes? Like you see her in one place interviewing
Yeah.
somebody, and you walk away, and she's already there at the next place interviewing.
really
somebody.
was
I'm like, How do
impressive.
you do that? And then she flew by on the golf cart, and I was like, look at her go.
It really was impressive to see her out there today. See her in action.
Her work ethic unmatched, I think, in probably all of baseball. I would put her up against some of the best out there.
One day I want to grow up to be Alana Rizzo.
I wouldn't mind.
I think that's
wouldn't
going to be the
mind.
name of this episode. One day I want to grow up to be Alana Rizzo.
I would not mind.
So another guy I want to grow up to be, we did see Kenley out there. Like we said, he was throwing some... Kenley was throwing some live BP. And I'm just going to play this and let this happen, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it after. So Kenley wasn't right, guys, if you guys couldn't tell.
He was a little upset. Did you read that he took off the? They wear like a tracker,
Oh, yeah.
like on their spin analytics and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
He like took it off because it was getting in the way and he didn't like it.
Which I can understand. That's it's something. Hey, when you and I were throwing in the parking lot, I had to take off my awesome lanyard that we scrounged together to make those happen.
Yeah, and you throw about as hard as Kenley, so
Yeah, same cut, same movement. spin rate through
all
the
that
roof.
jazz.
Kenley wasn't super happy, super thrilled with his performance, but I don't know. It's starting to hit a point where it sort of feels like there are kind of building question marks early on when it comes to the just pitching staff in general. I don't know. Are you seeing something different?
You mean with
Staff, everybody. Kelly went in. He wasn't great in his first outing. Kenley seems to be struggling a little bit with his mechanics.
I think more
Kershaw's
than anything,
hurt.
It's
Rich Hill fell.
I think people kind of put too much into spring results. Spring is the time to fine tune things. Spring is the time to test things out. Things that are working for you, things that aren't working for you. Spring's the time to work on pitches that you don't usually throw. Mm-hmm. And it's common, we know Kershaw Kershaw strictly throws changeups during spring training, and that's been the case for the past, I don't know,
5-6 years.
Yeah,
he's been working on his changeup. Oh
during
yeah, he's
spring,
developing his
and then never carries it over into the regular season. So when you have that going,
it's like
I understand why guys are struggling.
Oh, that's
why
a
guys
guy I
are
forgot
getting pissed
about.
off.
I forgot about Jock Peterson.
What about him?
Yeah, Jack Peterson I think he lined a double off of Kenley during that.
Yeah, he was the only one who got a hit.
But
he got a hit.
Big Poppy Dom asks, Verdugo or Jock? Go for it.
What about him?
Verdugo or
which
Jock?
Which one would I
pick.
want to be friends with?
Yes.
Which one do I want to drive a car down the street with? I'm assuming the question is which one I would prefer to have patrolling my outfield on a daily basis, and if that's the case, Alex Verdugo would absolutely get
the
my
car
vote.
thing. I want to know who's the guy you want to drive.
I'd rather hang
whatever full-blown white people do for fun activities.
Well, Alex Verdugo looks way cooler than me, so I'd rather him not be standing by me.
I'm doing this.
Me and Jock kind of look like we could be cousins.
I'm going rogue. I'm going rogue. I just want to feel cool.
You just want to lean back.
Look at that. Oh man, this is so much more comfortable.
That's luxury.
What about you, Edward? How do you feel? Well, who do you prefer, Jock?
I would roll with Alex Verdugo. He kind of reminds me of Paul Wall for some reason.
So wait, you roll with, you want him in the outfield, or you want to drive with him?
Oh, drive with him.
Oh.
Rolling down the street in my 6'5".
This guy who's the guy who suggested the food places?
T.A. King's.
He said just go get drunk and end up at the Waffle House at 3.
It's a good plan. We're waiting for our boy SD Dodger to come into town.
That's a fantastic
Tim
Waffle
Rogers.
House. Waffle House.
Yeah, he's got to actually cook the waffles for us, though. That's the problem.
No, it's making bacon with Tim. That was the plan.
Gotcha.
I love Waffle House.
Just saying. For what it's worth, if I'm riding the car, it's going to be with David Hasselhoff. Just saying.
I don't know where to go from there.
Prowl?
This is just
With Prowl?
This is going smooth for everybody that was waiting for this all day.
We are so sorry.
Nailing it. I'm just saying. I think the overall theme of this is the entire episode is technical difficulties.
Now people think we're having technical difficulties.
That just for a second,
we might be
through it.
Yeah,
it's the struggle of figuring out how to do this in a new area, and then also being pretty tired. But I think we did all right enough.
I think we did all right enough. And
leave a comment below if we did all right enough.
Exactly. So we're gonna be out here until Monday, and we're gonna be going to several games. We got to figure out which game we're going to tomorrow because they have a split squad tomorrow.
So our team isn't going to be as filled out tomorrow as we anticipated. What do you guys? Where should we go to see? It's a split squad, both of them at 6 p.m. Do you guys want us to go see a game again at Camelback Ranch, or should we go to Goodyear, the home of Yasiel Puig? You guys let us know real quick.
And Blimps.
Wait, you calling Kemp fat again? Or
that's not. Come on, man. That's a cheap shot.
Is it the cupcakes?
It's a cheap shot.
Those
man.
cupcakes. Those are really good cupcakes. I can attest to that.
Never.
Yeah. So Goodyear to watch the Reds and the Dodgers, or the Dodgers playing against a partial baseball club.
Indians. I think it's the Indians.
No, not at home. Not is it? I don't remember.
I
put together the itinerary.
Cleveland is Goodyear.
No, but they're supposed to. Wait, I don't remember who the hell they were playing. I think it was Cleveland, but
right
no. Well,
it's
whatever.
right in front of me.
So we got one. We have two people going Goodyear. Oh, we got 3 Goodyears. I think we're going to Goodyear, guys.
San Diego is playing. They're playing the Padres at home, and then they're playing at Goodyear against the Indians.
Oh yeah. But Padres. We can boo Manny Machado. Maybe no, he won't be in games yet.
He might actually. He could pop up in the bat.
You know how lazy that dude is. Come on, let's be real. It is Dodgers and Reds. Thank you. Everybody's saying Goodyear. We're going to Goodyear. T.A. King's popping in against South Central, saying Dutch Bros down the street. This dude knows where to eat. It is not
Dodgers and Reds.
You're gonna have to meet our other producer who also loves to eat. That's a very important part of our trips normally, except for when we go to Panda Express. Just saying. But it looks like we're going there and we're gonna boo Puig. We'll try to. Maybe we'll go live.
Looks like our Panda Express is here too.
Panda Express has arrived, it seems. Dog 90210 says, I am glad the Dodgers stuck to their guns and we're only willing to pay for Bryce's prime. Chris, El Corazarez, as I like to call him here on the stream, Chris did bring up a really good one. He called him Bryce Harper because we have Money Machado and we have Bryce Harper. So I really did like Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Dodgers have a lot of young players. Yes, they do. We do agree with that. And Bryce wants to see the Padres tomorrow, but I think we've been overwhelmed with Goodyear. So we'll be going to Goodyear tomorrow.
But we'll be getting we'll get to see Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, and then?
That's it. That's all you really get to see.
Yeah, but we can go to Goodyear, which, one, a different park for the newbie, and two,
we get to try
tweak
food. Oh.
And ball.
I'm telling you, that Goodyear's. We had
the chili cheese dog
look,
today, guys. We had the chili cheese dog today at Camelback Ranch.
The Indians are at Goodyear.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Dodgers Indians.
Wow, you guys lied to me.
I've been saying it this whole time. You don't listen to me. I'm just like a weird, dumb voice.
You're trying to be talking about driving around with Alex Verdugo. I'm just saying.
I'm not driving around with Verdugo.
The
He's
Atom
too
Bomb
cool.
really does get he gets us. He says, "My dude, it doesn't matter where you go as long as you get drunk."
That's true. Jess also said, "Drink more tomorrow." I've had a lot of Modelo, but it's good.
We've definitely. I've had that. I've had a couple of vodka Red Bulls just to kind of survive. But drink more, eat more. That's the plan. We're gonna go get some nice, delicious, yummy breakfast after taking a nap in the morning. Doing what now? Oh yeah, there you go. Check out Instagram and Twitter.
If you couldn't hear him there,
yeah, that was our producer sneaking into my ear. Yeah, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. That's where we're gonna, we're posting everything right there. Yep. Instagram and Twitter. Twitter is Dodgers Nation. Instagram is
official Dodgers Nation.
Official Dodgers Nation.
Because all those fake fools jumping in trying to steal it.
Yeah, and this guy's going ham this weekend on Instagram. He's trying to do that. He might find you if anybody's out here. He might find you and ask you to talk into a very tiny camera for him.
And don't forget, we are doing giveaways of this wonderful
vintagebrand.com
stuff and things.
Use that promo code Dodgers Nation. Is good for 15% off through Tuesday. Thank you, Vintage Brand, for this cool stuff. Again, game used beer koozies.
I'll sign it. I mean,
and thank you, Jess, for hanging out here. She says sleep more, which coming from you, come on, you're like up all the time, which we do appreciate. And she followed us on Instagram. So that's a good time.
From the show.
And I guess we will drink tomorrow.
Well, there's a Goodyear all-you-can-eat wristband for $17. Do you hear that, producer?
All right, we're going to
Sold.
Goodyear.
We're not eating breakfast.
We're going to go see Cleveland Indians. Any hoozle, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Make sure you check out DodgersNation.com. We're always there. We're making posts daily. We got some stuff coming out tomorrow that is about stuff.
About spring, about stuff, about things, about everything.
We're pretty sleep deprived. Subscribe to our podcast, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, so many other things. We normally do this live stream every Tuesday, but these are special for you while we're out here in Arizona, as you see in our fancy, weird office area. We might do another location tomorrow, or next time, Sunday. That's when we're doing this next Sunday.
On the rooftop.
Sunday. Yes, not on the rooftop.
This rooftop.
That's a ceiling.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. We're gonna be out of here. We got food to eat. Bye.
Bye.
There it is.